Welcome. Good evening. We're so happy to be here at First Unity Spiritual Campus for this evening's meditation and sound bowl healing. I'm Janan, and I'm here with Philip on the sound bowls, and we're just so happy to be here tonight. You can watch us on social media. Here at First Unity, we are the power of three. And we hope that you will tune in to all the many classes and programs that we're offering. And of course, you can listen to this meditation over and over again by going to the First Unity Facebook page. So for tonight, our theme is going to be letting go and being the light. And just to give you an idea of how we're going to proceed, Philip will be playing the bowls to get us started, and then I'll be introducing some breathing to get us deeply inside, and then we'll be going on our guided journey. So thank you, Philip, for bringing us into the space, sacred space tonight. Thank you, Philip. Just feel that sound reverberating in your body, opening up the crown chakra, allowing you to close out the outer world now for the next hour, giving yourself the gift of being in this sacred space wherever you are. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes at this point to further block out any of the outside world. This is a journey inside to that sacred space within, to listen to that still small voice. So we'll begin with some breathing. So take a deep inhale through the nose and let that out with a long sigh. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. A long, gentle sigh. Feel your shoulders begin to relax. Feel your body on the chair, or perhaps you're laying down. And take another deep breath in through the nose. And another long sigh. And with our last inhale through the nose, go ahead and do that now. And as you gently, gently exhale, feel the breath go all the way down inside the body. And follow that down, all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Put all your attention now at the bottom of your feet and open the small chakras we've got there, pretending, imagining that these are doorways, allowing them to open. Feel a slight tingling at the bottom of your feet. And imagine that you have energetic roots descending from the bottom of both feet. With your creative will and your mind's eye, just see these roots as beautiful green vines, lush with leaves, glistening green. And allow them to begin growing, going down into the earth. Visualize them down 10, 20, 50 feet down into the earth. And as they grow, the earth separates, giving them space, accepting them, and the vines keep going down into the core of Mother Earth. Allow yourself the gift of feeling nurtured and supported by this energy of the Mother Earth. Imagine as these roots grow down that you are becoming more aligned and centered and balanced. And when it feels right, allow the roots to stop growing deep and instead allow little tendrils to grow wide, anchoring yourself in this energetic earth space. And as you take a deep breath in, allow the energy of the earth to come up inside those roots. Do that now with me. And when you exhale a long sigh again, that energy shoots up to the bottom of your feet. Every inhale allows more energy up. Every exhale allows the energy to flow up higher into the body. With a deep inhale and a slow exhale, we allow that earth energy to begin to fill the space inside our bodies. Every breath brings more oxygen and vitality to the cells. Feel the inside become more alive with this vitality. Feel the energy rise up the arms, up the back of the head, and all the way to the top of your head. And just allow this energy to come into its fullness inside the body. And as you feel filled with this beautiful, centering, balancing energy, now you can begin to release all the stored toxins, all the tension and fear and stress. So we'll do that together with a deep inhale. As we exhale, we begin to let go of the tight muscles everywhere in the body. Feel the tightness in the back and let it go. Feel any tightness down the arms, out the fingers. Just allow it to flow freely out. Take a deep breath in again. And as you release it slowly, allow any tight muscles in the stomach to release. Feel it flowing down the legs and down into the earth. Just allow the mother energy of the earth to embrace you. And we'll sit quietly in that as we listen to the bowls again. we're ready to begin our guided journey. We're calling in all of our angels and guides, ascended beings, spirits in the light. Imagine that you're now standing in front of a beautiful forest, and a path opens up before you, and you take a step in, and you're unsure. You look, and it's dark. You realize that you're alone. You don't hear any sound. It's very silent. A moment of anxiety comes up for you. You're not sure what to do. One thought leads to another, and pretty soon you feel confused. But you take a deep breath and you release it slowly, 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 slowly. And as you do this, you begin to see in the dark that it's not really dark. It's just that your eyes needed to adjust. You take another step forward, feeling a little more courage. And as you do that, you begin to hear the birds. And you take a couple more steps forward. 1, 2, 3. And you begin to see that you're barefoot and the ground is soft and it's cool to the touch. And you let go of a little bit more worry. And when you do this, you take another step forward. And then you notice that you can hear the wind in the trees. It's a light breeze that ruffles the leaves, moves your hair. And you take another deep breath in, and you let it out very, very slowly. And as you do that, you allow your heart rate to slow. You allow your lungs to take in more air. You feel your muscles relax further, and you feel your nervous system, perhaps it had been on alert. You feel everything beginning to relax. You see that the light is dappled coming down from the sky and into the forest. And you look around and you see leaves. You see squirrels playing. And you feel alive. You realize that you can take a deeper breath in here because it just feels so clean. The air is fresh. And the trees, there are so many trees. And they're giving off this feeling of support and strength. And many of them are very large, very old. And you just feel like you belong here. You look around and realize that you've taken many, many steps by now. And here you are in the middle of this beautiful forest. With every breath you take, you relax even further, and that brings you deeper and deeper inside the woods. You put your hand on the trunk of one of the trees and you feel the bark, rough texture. And as you do this, you feel a sense of oneness with nature. You begin to realize that we're not here just by ourselves, but that everything in this magical woods is alive with a spirit of life, force, energy. And this knowing allows you to relax even further. You realize that you don't need to be thinking of what's next. You don't need to be concerned about what's after, what comes next. You just need to let go with every step and with every breath. Up ahead, you notice that the path curves off to the right. And you take this path, walking again deeper and deeper into the forest. And you smell smoke, a campfire. And you hear some muffled voices. And you turn another corner, and up ahead is a group of elders. They're all sitting around the circle, men and women. And they look up as you approach. And they invite you to sit down in their circle. And you very gracefully drop to the ground and take your place. And they say to you in your mind's eye, "Where's your gift? What gift have you brought us?" And again, you're seized with a moment of concern. You haven't brought a gift. You quickly think, do I have anything in my pocket? What gift do they mean? The elder next to you places their hand right on your leg. And another one on the other side places their hand on your shoulder. And they invite you to breathe with them, so you take a deep inhale in. And you let it out, breathing together, exhaling. And you feel soothed and comforted. You feel accepted. And an elder comes around the circle and places in front of you 3 large rocks. And again, you're uncertain. You've not experienced this before. What should you do? And you hear the word trust. No words are spoken out loud, but you know that they're all telling you to just simply trust. You feel that you have trusted, but in this space with this unknowing, never having experienced this before. And again, all you hear is the word trust. And you realize that they're asking you to take one of those stones, to select one of the 3, to turn it over. And you do that. And you look down and the words appear on the stone. And you take a short, quick breath in, because there, printed on the stone, is the word anger. And you think, oh no, this is not the gift I want to bring to this circle of elders. And they all turn and they look at you. And you again think, how can this be? Anger is not the gift I wish to give. One of the elders stands up and walks over to you. And he tells you to pick up the stone. And you lift it, and it's very heavy. And he reaches down to assist you. And together you pick up the stone. And soon you realize that it's going to take more people to lift it. And one by one, all the elders come over and they help you lift this huge rock of anger. And together you walk over to the fire. And by now it's blazing bright. And they tell you to throw it into the middle of the fire. And you do that. They help you, and the rock falls with a big thud into the middle of the fire. And the group looks at you with compassion and tears begin. and you feel yourself releasing all that anger that's been stored in your body, all the anger that's been stored in the tissues, in the heart, in the stomach, in the liver. All the anger that rises up the minute things don't go your way or the minute that you're scared. All that anger, it just rises up and it's released into the fire. And as you do that, you feel lighter and lighter. And the group, the elders come around and they encircle you. And you can feel them crowding close, supporting you. They're embracing you. And as they do this, you feel tears begin to flow harder. The group breathes with you again. You take a deep inhale, and there's a collective sigh as they encourage you to release even more anger. They gently usher you back to the seat on the ground, and they spread themselves again in a circle. And you realize that they want you to turn over another rock. But before you do that, they invite you to just listen to the sound of the bowls, to integrate that experience that you've just had of releasing that rock of anger. you hear the message to select another rock. And you think, oh no, I don't know if I can do this. And the elders encourage you to trust the process. And you reach down and you pick up a very strange looking stone and you turn it over. And the words doubt, the word doubt appears on the stone. And you realize that this doubt is about you. All the feelings that you've ever had of not being worthy, of not being enough, all the feelings of rejection, all the times that you didn't speak up for yourself, all these feelings begin to flood through your body. And two elders stand and ask you to follow. And others go behind. And two are on either side supporting you. And they ask you to bring that stone of self-doubt with you, and you don't want to. And they tell you, just trust the process. Trust. And you walk with them. And again, it feels like the stone is so heavy and you're just not sure you can do this. And you're not paying attention to where you're going, and you realize that you're there at the edge of a cliff. And you think, how could this be? How could this be? And you take a deep breath in because they're encouraging you to take a step forward. And they line up with you, side by side. And you can feel their hands on your shoulder, the right shoulder, the left shoulder. And you're all linked together. There are many, many of you. And they're encouraging you. They're encouraging you forward, but you're afraid. You look down and you realize that you're standing on top of an enormous cliff. You look up and you can see the clouds. That's how high you are. You look down again, and very deep down below, you can see the water flowing. And you think, oh no, I can't do this. But you feel some pressure on your shoulders on both sides, and they're encouraging you, telling you to trust, and you take a very, very small step forward, holding most of your body back on the cliff. And they tell you, no, you must move forward. And you look out and you see that a few of them have gathered in front of you. And they're already out there. You don't know how. And you take that next step that takes you right off the cliff. And for a moment you have that sensation of falling. And then you realize that a beautiful rope bridge has appeared in front of you. You see the clouds part, and there's a bridge that will take you across that cliff. And you feel it now firmly below your feet. There's a railing, so you're protected. And one of the elders has already taken that rock from you so that you can walk freely on your own. And all the elders are encouraging you. And you move forward on this bridge, suspended over this amazingly beautiful chasm. And although you're still afraid, every step that you take, you feel freer and lighter and more confident. And when you're in the middle of this bridge, the elders tell you to stop. And the one who is holding that rock of doubt hands it to you. And it feels even heavier than it did when you first picked it up. And they encourage you to let it go. They're asking you to throw it over the bridge, down into the water below. And as you do that, you feel this lightness come over you. You feel a ringing in your ears. You feel like for the first time that there's nothing between you and that unconditional love that you've been hearing about. As you allow that rock to fall down below, you allow yourself to become filled with that lightness of being. And the ringing in your head disappears, and you can hear the elders telling you how much they love you, how worthy you are, how unique you are in the world, that there's no one else quite like you. And they take you by the hand and encourage you to walk now forward. And you climb to the other side of the bridge. and you come to a clearing in the woods. And once again, you all sit down in a circle. And the last rock appears there in front of you. And they ask you to turn it over, and you can't imagine that there would be anything else left. And you have a moment of concern, but they encourage you again to trust. And you pick up the rock and you turn it over, and it says, light. And as you hold it in your hands, you feel this sense of beautiful energy wash over your entire body, from your feet all the way up to the top of your head. And you look up with your mind's eye at the top of your head, and you feel and see a beautiful glowing globe of light. And the light begins to come right down inside the top of your head. And you can feel it as a very pleasant warmth inside your head. The light relaxes the brow and the muscles of the scalp. And the light begins to travel down inside your body, down the back of your head. You can feel it spreading down your back. You can feel it in the throat, down into the chest where it feels warm. You can feel it down into the belly, all the way down the legs, anchoring into the feet. And the elders gently reach out and touch your shoulders. They embrace you in a hug. And you feel your light beginning to radiate out. And as you do this, you see that your light is radiating out one by one. Each elder begins to radiate light coming from you, so that one by one the entire group is radiating this beautiful glowing light from within. And they tell you that this is the gift. This is the gift that you have brought to the circle. Your light. They tell you that it was always there. But it was blocked. You were unaware. Your anger had to be released. Your fears had to be released. Your self-doubt had to be released. And as you did that, as you allowed those rocks to be burned up in the fire, it made more space for the light. And as you filled up more with that light, more came, so that it was an endless cycle, an endless flame. You feel this beautiful presence within your body. You feel it within your heart. And you feel it in your mind's eye, between the brows. And you begin to feel that sense of oneness with all the elders. And they tell you that there is no separation. And you've wondered about that before. And now you can feel it. You can see that divine spark in you, when you allow it to grow bright, allows others to grow their light. And that it's endless as it reaches out into the world. And this thought is so deep and so vast and so sacred. And you sit quietly now, listening to the bowls, allowing this new feeling to integrate in your body. You take a really deep breath in through the nose. And as you let it out slowly, you find yourself back in that forest where we entered at the beginning of our journey. And you see a clearing and step through it, and you're back where we started. And you take a couple steps forward and you find yourself either sitting on the chair or perhaps you're laying down. And you're not quite ready to come back. You allow yourself to consciously do some deep breathing. You allow yourself to wiggle your fingers and toes. And you begin to call all the energy back into the physical body. And you remember that you have those energetic roots grounding you into the Mother Earth. And you take the last inhale in. And with a long, deep sigh, you allow that breath to bring you down inside the body. And you allow yourself to feel those roots into the earth, anchoring and bringing the energy fully into the body. And now when you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. And let's bring our hands together in that prayer position. And namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you, Philip. I hope you enjoyed our guided meditation and sound bowl healing tonight. I know we did. And we're so grateful that you were tuning in with us tonight or whenever you tune in. And you know that we offer this every Wednesday. In fact, there's a noon meditation on Wednesdays. And then, of course, there's this meditation from 6 to 7. So namaste, we're grateful. And so it is. Have a good night.
We greet you from the most innovative, most inspirational spiritual community in the world.
Please remember that we need your continued financial support more than ever. We practice prosperity principles and trust you will continue to give from your heart as you can.
Let's gather up all that energy.
You can text to give on your cell phone at 727-800-3493.
After texting our 10-digit number, you will receive a registration link. Click the link and enter your contact and payment information and tap process. After registration is complete, you will receive a verification text as well as a receipt via email. For future giving, simply send a text with the amount you wish to give and it will process automatically. If your credit card information changes, simply text EDIT to change your card on file. We are grateful to you beyond measure for your continued donations to keep our community thriving.